selected was the FC, which means First Certificate in English. This test is applied to the people who want to certificate their English knowledge with the B2 English level according with the Common European Framework of Reference. This test is developed by Cambridge Assessment English. It is a very recognized institution in all over the world, and some years ago it was called like FC, but nowadays they changed the name and it is called like B2 First, only with that name. Okay. The Cambridge assessment system consists in a series of exams or certificates. For example, the KT, the PT, FCE, the CAE, and the CPE. Okay, they all has a specific level, English level, and nowadays they, as I told you before, they changed the names with some ones more easier, I think. A2 key, B1 preliminary, B2 first, C1 advanced, and C2 proficiency. I think it's better like this with the short names. Okay, the purpose of the exam is that, of course, as every exam or test, is to assess the students' English knowledge. That's the main goal of the exam, the purpose, and they have to do it according with the CEFR standards, according to the English level 2. This is a great test. It's pretty interesting, and the purpose is, to assess the English knowledge. That's the purpose of the exam. Taking as a standard the B2 English level. Okay, the people who can take this test or this exam, there are three types of public. Okay, but everybody who wants to take this test and everybody who feels ready to do it is able to take it, and if you have the money, of course. The first public is the schools. For example, the kids. For example, here there's a test special designed for kids. For teenagers at the schools. The other public is people. Grown adult people, grown people, is general public, and the other public is business vantage. Okay, people who are in some business, professional businesses, so they already, they can take the test too. Okay, continue. Okay, the main goal of the exam. Okay, as I told you before, the main goal of this exam is to recognize that the candidates have this English level, the B2 English level. Okay, that means that they have the proficiency to handle the language and qualificate the language skills according with the CEFR. Okay, sorry. That means that a candidate or a person, a student, can use the English every day in writing environments, speaking environments, and with work purposes or study purposes. Okay, the most significant characteristics. Every test has its own characteristics, but I consider that these four are the most principal of this test. Okay, the first one is that it handles a wide range to qualify the different scores. Okay? I'm going to show you this range of variation. Okay, sorry. Okay. Oh man. Okay. 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 Sorry. The time with taking this test may last around 3 hours and a half. The format is through the computer or paper, and you can select one of those. And each level, as I told you with the first one, each level has a scale score with a range. In this case, the B2 scores from 160 to 179. Okay, the skills evaluated through the exam, as every test, most of the tests, this test evaluates the 4 language skills, such as writing, reading, speaking, and listening. Okay. Okay, the type of questions. Okay, the type of questions. This is quite complicated because in the part of the reading and use of the language, these parts, you have 75 minutes to develop this test, and it's divided into 7 parts. Okay, for example, these parts from here over here, the part 1 to 7, multiple choice, open close, word formation, keyword, text with 6 multiple choice, text with 6 sentence missing, and multiple matching. Okay. Okay, this is part of an English test, a Cambridge English test, and this is the part of the reading. 1 hour and 15 minutes, a little bit less, as I told you before. It's a real test. Okay, the phone is ringing. Okay, and we can find questions. For example, with this one, we have to find blanks according to the options that they give to us. For example, here, over here. Okay, and also we have to fill or complete these blanks with the correct letters, with the correct words. And yeah, I think that this is a test. This is a test that you can find with this type of text. Okay, the other part is the writing. This part consists in 2 sections. The first part is that consists in that you have to write an essay. The tutor or the teacher or the person who is with you, he gives you a topic, and then you have to write down an essay. Okay. The trick here is that you have to use 140 words to 90 words. Okay, you have to try to use the complete words. Okay, no one much more, no one less. Okay, only those quantity of words. Okay, and in the part 2, you have to write one of these options, an article, another essay, letter, a report, a review, or a story. Okay, and you have 80 minutes to develop this. Okay. Okay. the type of questions bit first in the listening, it has 4 sections, and the first part is listen. You have to listen 8 recordings, each one with a question. Okay, and you have to listen and complete gapped sentences, multiple matching 5 speakers, a longer recording with 7 multiple choice questions. Okay, you have 40 minutes to develop this part, and it's quite complicated because I recommend that if you are really good, you used to the American accent, you have to try to work much more with the British accent, because when you, or for example, it happened with me when I tried to listen to the British accent, I really had some troubles because I was not got used to that accent, and it was quite complicated for me. So that is my advice if maybe one day you want to take that test. Okay. Sorry. Okay, this is reading, writing, listen, and this is the speaking. Okay, sorry, I missed this speaking here. Okay, in this speaking, you have, it's divided is divided into 4 sections, and you have to share this part of the test with another partners. Okay. Okay, the first one is that the conversation is a conversation between the examiner and each candidate. Some spoken questions. The other is an individual long term for each candidate, with brief response from the second candidate. You have to interact between you. And the third is a two-way conversation. You have to talk about some pictures they show you, and therefore it's a discussion of the pictures you just saw. Okay. Okay, the scores from reading, you have 1 mark. From parts 1 to 3, each mark answer receives 1 mark, and as you can read here, is scored by marks. Okay. Okay, in writing, each part of the same number of marks. Okay, each question has a point or a mark. In listening, the same. For each question is 1 point. In the speaking, this depends of the examiner, and it counts the 20% of the final evaluation. Okay, this explanation of the results. These are the range scores I told you before. For example, you can see this range. Okay, and each range of these ones belong to this English titles, English results, and here we have this scale. Okay, so for example, the B2 English level goes from 160 and to 180. Okay, if you get, for example, much more, for example, the maximum result is 190, so you can get a grade A, which is pretty good, and you are not going to get a C1 level, okay, because you presented this test, but you